Good afternoon, guests one and all, and here we are at the annual luncheon for the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, and I could not be more proud than to welcome each and every one of you. Yes, we know that we're not in person, and this is the second time around for our virtual luncheon, but we had little choice. It's all about our mutual safety. So today we're going to be honoring a number of people that you're going to hear about in a short time. But to begin our program at this point, we're going to invite our Vice Chair of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, Ciro Capano. Ciro, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Brothers and sisters, please join me in one proud voice as we salute our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and God bless.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if possible, please stand up for this, but we will have the playing of the Italian and American national anthems. Good afternoon, and here is going to be some very, very fine words from none other than our national chaplain of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, the Reverend Adam Forno, all the way from Florida. Father Forno, please take it away with your benediction.
Good afternoon, and let us pray. Lord our God, as those entrusted with this great legacy as sons and daughters of Italy and America, may we never cease to relish our rich cultural heritage. Through our museum, may we continue to maintain the legacy of General Giuseppe Garibaldi and Antonio Meucci as we promote an understanding of our history and a positive image of Italian Americans. We're grateful for Garibaldi's heroism and military exploits that made the unification of Italy possible. And so, too, with great pride, we honor Antonio Meucci as a prolific Italian inventor, engineer, chemist, recognized for his work in the invention of the telephone. May our museum's educational, cultural, and artistic programming, together with all the initiatives of our order, strengthen our resolve to continue our work of preserving our place of pride in the American dream. Rejoicing, Lord, that we've been able to give back to this great nation that so generously accepted our ancestors, giving them and us a place to call home. Bless our honorees, Nancy, Anthony, Alfred, Giorgio, and the Richmond Ever-Green Garden Club, who've contributed to the work of our order and the support of this museum. Bless, we pray, all our patrons and those participating in this virtual gala as an expression of our shared belief that, in the words of Dr. Solero, this wonderful country can only become the richer and more cultured as a result of our efforts. We ask this through faith in you, who lives supreme as the one eternal God, now and forever and ever. Amen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we know that it takes a good deal to administer this museum. We know that we have a full-time administrator in Stephanie Lundegaard, but the gentleman who chairs our board, the Board of Commissioners of the New York State Grand Lodge, is none other than Carl Ciaccio. Carl Ciaccio was born in Sicily, came to America, very successful man, and here he leads the museum board of commissioners. The commissioners are a board of directors. And so, Carl, please extend your greetings at this time to this wonderful group of people that are watching us today. Carl Ciaccio.
Thank you, Joe. Greetings to everyone. I'm standing here on the grounds of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. The spot specifically where this magnificent work of art is going to be permanently erected. It was donated by a very renowned sculptor from Venice, Giorgio Bortoli. He's one of our honorees. You're going to be meeting him shortly. We are very proud to have this magnificent work of art. And we look forward to the day that we'll have a ribbon-cutting ceremony, essentially. Behind me, you are looking at a work in progress. It's an extensive shopping center that will add beauty to the Rosebank community. You're looking at a 178-year-old cottage. It has just been refurbished. Much of the rotted wood surrounding the windows and clapboard siding has been removed. We have 2 fresh coats of paint. Anyone who looks at this would definitely say it's not a 178-year-old cottage. So we are very proud of this continuous refurbishment of this wonderful national treasure. As you can surmise, the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, as well as the Rosebank community, is bustling with renovation. And hopefully, with the collaboration and assistance from the Rosebank Community Board, the Office of the Borough President, the Chamber of Commerce, and others, we will have a welcoming atmosphere in the near future, a pristine appearance where visitors and all of the neighborhood residents will have a sense of welcoming to this museum, as well as the entire neighborhood. I'm sitting here on one of the many benches that are going to be selectively placed on the grounds of the museum. To date, we have 18 benefactors who have donated a bench. We are now looking for another 12. Hopefully we'll get another 12 benefactors to complete the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum's bench drive to defray the costs of the Venice-New York project, that the expenses that will be incurred for the foundation for the tower, as well as the expanded paving plan, and so on and so forth. You're in for a real treat today. I say that because you're going to see a virtual tour, the likes of which you've never seen before. The Garibaldi room, the Meucci room, the exhibit room have been expanded. There's a comprehensive view of factual historical evidence on Garibaldi, on Anita Garibaldi, and Antonio Meucci, and including Esther Meucci. This is the work of two individuals here, Commissioner and Professor William J. Costello and Administrative Assistant Amanda Seaman. So it's a wonderful, wonderful addition to our rooms. Out of respect and admiration, I want to take a few seconds to acknowledge this year's honorees, who, in my opinion, are iconic individuals who shed light on the human pantheon, basically, or the pantheon of humanity, as per se. I have tremendous amount of respect and admiration. So I just wanted to say that. So sit back and enjoy the program. I will be back to have some closing comments later. Ciao for now.
At this time during our program, and before the lunch, which you're probably having in your own homes, we are now going to have a virtual tour of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. And I must say, as you can see around me, besides the wonderful statue of Giuseppe Garibaldi and his bust, we are surrounded with memorabilia of the travails and the hard work and the journey of Giuseppe Garibaldi. I only wish that you could be here in person, but trust me, the tour that you're going to be taken on by none other than Professor Bill Costello, as well as assistant to our administrator, Amanda Seaman, are really noteworthy. Enjoy the next few minutes.
I'm Professor William Costello, and welcome to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum.
And I'm Administrative Assistant Amanda Seaman. And
we welcome you to the brand new Garibaldi-Meucci Galleries. The galleries have been completely reworked based upon a new narrative, following research, artifacts, and new characters brought to life over the course of the COVID quarantine.
The time we were closed to the public was used to create a new experience filled with the men and women, heroes and villains, and new facts and stories that bring to life our main characters, Giuseppe Garibaldi, Antonio Meucci, Anita Garibaldi, and Esther Meucci.
In addition, we have added a full recounting of the struggle for Italian unification and the compelling story of the unfortunate inventor genius Antonio Meucci.
Our story begins at the turn of the 19th century with the Italic Peninsula divided between powerful monarchs of Europe, rich city-states, and the Catholic Church. This wall represents the story of the unification of Italy and the struggles of the 6 decades it took to accomplish.
The next wall is the story of General Giuseppe Garibaldi from his birth through his early life as a merchant marine, his education as a warrior in South America, and his defeat at the fall of the Roman Republic in 1849.
Our next wall tells the story of his exile to New York City through his death on the island of Caprera.
We have dedicated a corner to the life of Garibaldi's first wife, Anita, known as the heroine of two worlds, for her great courage, self-sacrifice, and dedication to causes both in South America and Europe.
Finally, we pay tribute to the unsung heroes of the Risorgimento, the women who raised the funds and consciousness of the world to assure the success of Italy's unification.
The final corner in this gallery is dedicated to grand results of the people and events that led to the unification of Italy, and a memorial to the Freemasons who sheltered at the revolutionaries and supported the cause from its inception.
The short life of this remarkable woman is displayed in panels across the rear wall, along with images of her life and heroic deeds.
They include her home in southern Brazil, meeting and fighting by the side of Garibaldi, bearing their children, and following him to support his struggle for the unification of Italy, where she met her tragic end.
The next wall is dedicated to just some of the memorials and stamps created to honor her memory.
The final wall is dedicated to her family, who knew her for far too brief a time.
Our final new gallery is dedicated to Antonio Meucci, his brilliant but tragic life, and his wife Esther.
We begin with his birthplace and life in Florence and eventual passage to New York City.
This wall is filled with the inventions, businesses, and patented innovations that sprung from the efforts of this genius.
The display includes his invention and ultimate loss of credit for the telephone and the tragic events towards the ends of his life.
We bring you into the parlor of the Meucci home, where we see that even in leisure, the great man used his brilliant mind to build marvelous furniture and musical instruments.
The final feature in this gallery is called Esther's Corner, where her story and the tale of their work in 3 international opera companies round out the tale.
Our final exhibit is General Garibaldi's bedroom, preserved to reflect the time of his actual residence in our cottage.
His bed, travel bag, and articles of clothing are displayed as they would have been seen in 1850.
Personal articles and furniture donated by former lodger Mac Maritzik for use by the exiled Garibaldi and the other housemates.
His hunting rifles, crude fishing poles, and a deer antler reveal some of the moments of joy and distraction shared with Meucci during his time here.
His writing desk is arrayed with books and a globe of the period, suggesting this world traveler's experiences and vast knowledge.
Above his desk is a depiction of George Washington, his constant inspiration. Next to his desk is the small chair utilized by the wounded Garibaldi from the battlefield and on his voyage to New York City and to this very cottage. We hope you enjoyed this brief tour of our newly renovated museum, and we hope you can visit it in person soon. Thank you.
Well, was that not a wonderful tour? And I'm hoping that you enjoyed it as much as I have in person, but this means that you've got to come and visit the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum and visit all the wonderful sites here, namely our brick memorial path in honor of Garibaldi and Meucci, and in the future, hopefully, we're going to have our Tower of Venice. But right now, joining us is the Consul General of Italy here in New York, and he is the Honorable Fabrizio Di Michele. Please give a warm welcome to the Consul General of New York here.
Good afternoon to everybody. I'm very pleased to be able to take part in the annual gala of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. Needless to say, I would have preferred to be there with all of you in person, but I'm quite sure that next year we would be able to do it. I want to praise the mission of the museum to collect, preserve, and promote the memory of 2 very great, albeit also quite different, Italian personalities of the end of the 20th century. And I want to particularly praise the broader commitment, the general commitment that I was able to witness with my own eyes when I came to visit the museum some time ago, of all of his staff. Actually, that was to me a very important and useful experience, also at personal level. And I was able actually to learn many things about the story of Garibaldi-Meucci, their personal links and their connections they created with New York and the United States of America. I assumed that I was quite knowledgeable about these two personalities and Italian history, but actually I learned many facts and story. In general, I want to say that Garibaldi-Meucci, in their different way, remain two key figures of Italian history, two heroes to be cherished and be proud of. That's why the role of the museum, your mission and your commitment is so important. And I want to thank in particularly Joe Sham and Carl Ciaccio, who accompanied me to this very interesting visit to the museum a few months ago. Let me finally express my warm greetings to all the participants to this event, and in particular my congratulations to the very important honorees. You do have a responsibility as well, and you surely deserve this honor, and I'm sure you, the museum, will be able to count on your support also in future. So let me say again, congratulations for this event. I'm sure that like in the past, despite being online, the fundraising will be a success, and please count on the Consulate General of Italy and on myself for similar events in the future. So enjoy your evening, and ciao a tutti.
Good afternoon once again, and ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be more proud than I am right now. We have right next to me our New York State Grand Lodge President, Michelle Cangiano-Men. Michelle has been a member of the Order 40 years now, 40 entire years of commitment and devotion, working her way up through the various chairs of the Grand Lodge. But more importantly, she is very well known as a former educator, teacher, and involved citizen in her community. She's been the chairperson of our New York State Grand Lodge Scholarship Committee. And to surpass all that, she then became national chairlady for our scholarship committee. So Michelle, today, as you extend greetings to our wonderful audience out there, I would like to present these lovely flowers to you as a token of our appreciation, and wish you continued Godspeed and good luck in your administration.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you how proud I am to be the state president for New York. It has been a wonderful 4 months in both whether I'm meeting with members virtually or if I am meeting in person. The number of people that I have come in contact with from across the state have been so generous and so wonderful, and they do have the order in their hearts. I know when this organization was first formed, it was in order to help our ancestors become assimilated to this country. And now our focus is a little different. And now we have become a philanthropic organization where we are here to help others. And we are here to support others. And therefore it is with great pride that I do tell you that we have a scholarship program that collected both on the state level and large levels about $160,000 that we were able to give to deserving youths, those pursuing higher education. We also give to Cooley's Anemia, where this past weekend we gave over $50,000 to Cooley's Anemia. And then we gave as well to Alzheimer's research and to autism, the Doug Flutie Foundation. Today we're here to celebrate one of the jewels of the order, and that is the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. It has been it's located in Staten Island, as you know, and it is with the blessing of the National Order that New York State has been able to maintain and to improve upon all of the artifacts that we have here in New York State. And they are absolutely amazing, and you just really should make an effort to come and visit this wonderful jewel of the order. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and we promised you entertainment. So today we have a wonderful vocalist, Graziana Maria Lazzaro. Is that not a beautiful Italian name? Let's give a round of applause to Graziana Maria Lazzaro.
Buongiorno. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 33rd Annual Fundraiser Luncheon for the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. My name is Graziana Maria Lazzaro, an Italian-American singer, born in Massafa, provincia di Taranto, and came to the United States when I was 5 years old with my family. I've had the great honor and privilege of singing at the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum summer event in July of 2002. I hope I get that opportunity again in the summer of 2022, and I hope to see you in person. Thank you so much for having me as your entertainment for your luncheon this year. It truly means a lot to me. Please follow my music page at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Graziana Maria Lazzaro Music. You can also visit my website, www.grazianamusic.com. Please, I encourage you to donate to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum and to also become a member. Let's keep the Italian-American culture thriving. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Baci e abbracci. Ciao.
Quando mamma ti t'ha fatta, quando mamma ti t'ha fatta, vuoi sapere come facette, vuoi sapere come facette. Pompa sti carne bella, pompa sti carne bella, tutte quelle che facette, tutte quelle che facette. 100 rose incappucciate dinda martulla miscata, latte rose, rose e latte di facette incappuffate. Non c'è bisogno di zingare, ma tu vieni a cucire. Come t'ha fatto mamma, t'ha usato meglio te. Hey! E poi fa sta bocca bella, e poi fa sta bocca bella. Mi mettete a stessa dose, ci mettete a stessa dose. Vuoi sapere che ci mettete, vuoi sapere che ci mettete. Mo ti dico tutte cose, mo ti dico tutte cose. 100 rose in capo pucciata din da martulla miscata. Mele, zucchero e cannella, vedo questa bocca bella. Non c'è bisogno di zingaro per duvina c'è. Come da fatto mamma te, usacci meglio te. Hey! Furia sapeva che se mi varite, facite se mi facciamo ricciate. Ma voi quando più brutta vi facite, più bella l'occhio mi va presentata. I mondo sacce se ve ne accorgite. E questo modo a frigida tazzica per parita, sotto tenido zucchero e in coppa amarasita. E tanto che già gira, o è tanto che già vuda, dolce sotto a tazza fino a mo' che mi arriva. E questo modo a frigida tazzica per parita, sotto tenido zucchero e in coppa amarasita. E tanto che già gira, o è tanto che già vuda, dolce sotto a tazza fino a mo' che mi arriva. Tarandella fascimici quando non vale che niente passato a pensare. Quando non ci stanno i dramma, una carrozza sempre pronta, nata all'angolo sta già. Caccione una vesta gialla, mitta vesta chiucarella, con una rosa in dei capelli, sai che viene in cuore a me. Tarandella fascimici quando non vale che niente passato a pensare. Basta che ci sto sola, che c'è rimasto mare, non è ancora una canzone per cantare. Che avuta, che rata, scordiamoci il passato, se me ne i paesi. Basta che ci sto sola, che c'è rimasto mare, non è ancora una canzone per cantare. Che avuta, che rata, scordiamoci il passato, se me ne i paesi. Se non è saglietta, tu sai adoro, adoro sto cuore in gradi chiude spirito, fammelo un po', adoro poche cose ma se buia, te lascio stare, e tu che corre appresso mi distrugge. Solo a guarda, Yaman, goppia mia, goppia mia, funicula, goppia mia, funicula, Yaman, goppia mia, goppia mia, funicula. Goppia mia, funicula. Penso che un sogno così non ritorna mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. felice di stare lassù e volavo, volavo felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più in su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Penso che un sogno così non ritorna mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. Dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù e volavo, volavo felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più in su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare quassù con te.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, guests all, this is the time to introduce all of our honorees. I think you see all these beautiful awards here today, and we could not be more proud and happy of each of them. But for this little piece, I'm going to introduce them by reading them, because I don't want to miss a word about them. Our first honoree, Nancy DiFiore Quinn, who is now the National Immediate Past President of the National Order Sons and Daughters of Italy and America, and you're going to hear about her shortly. We have Anthony Naccarato. Anthony Naccarato is the immediate state past president of the Grand Lodge of New York. And here is another remarkable leader. And both of these leaders, both Nancy and Anthony, led the National and the State Grand Lodge in ways that are unparalleled because they had to live by Zooming, and we learned it well. Our third honoree is Alfred Saulo. Alfred is a noted architect on Staten Island, but he has been such a generous person in the whole groundwork, the study, the evaluation of our future Tower of Venice, which is going to be given to us as a gift. And in point of fact, our fourth honoree is none other than international sculptor Giorgio Bortoli. Giorgio comes from Venice, obviously is not here in person, but will be receiving his award if and when he does fly over for the setting up and the day that we unveil the Tower of Venice, that 40-foot piece that you're going to see. Our final honoree today is the Richmond Ever-Green Garden Club here on Staten Island. And again, you'll hear more about them, but the flowers that they do and the joy that they have in helping us at the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum is second to none. So these are the honorees that you're going to meet. You're going to see them receive their awards and then comment about their gratitude for what we're doing for them. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start meeting our honorees. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome to this wonderful Garibaldi-Meucci Museum annual luncheon. Today, among our honorees, we have someone who is not only famous for what she has done, but who has served us so well, National Immediate Past President Nancy DiFiore Quinn. Nancy, by the way, has been the third female president of our National or Supreme Lodge. And as a result, she has been involved with the order for so many years as a local lodge president, as a state officer, working her way up through the chairs, and then became our state president. Beyond that, we knew that she would go on to greater heights, and she became a national vice president. And as a result, finally, national president of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. As we have said before in the program, and you saw it earlier, we have a virtual journal which gives you every detail about our honorees. But today is more of a personal honor in which we want to thank Nancy for her support of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, the appointment of our chairs, the appointment and hopefully the election of our commission directors, all working for this great cause at the museum. So Nancy, today it is my pleasure on behalf of all of the commissioners and everyone associated with the museum to present you with our wonderful coveted award.
Beautiful.
So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our National Immediate Past President, Nancy DiFiore Quinn, who has done an incredible job, and she's become the Zoom queen. And I know that we've laughed about it, but she certainly, for 2 years, since March of 2019, she has led us with such vigor and energy despite the pandemic. So Nancy, today is truly an honor for us to honor you.
Thank you very much, Joe. This is beautiful. Beautiful piece of crystal. Okay. First, let me say how honored I am to have been chosen to receive this award today, along with my very distinguished fellow honorees. We remember today an important woman, Anita Garibaldi, on the 200th anniversary of her birth. As a young woman, she joined Giuseppe during a raid of the Brazilian coast. There is no doubt that she was a loving wife and a brave woman. Garibaldi was known to have said she looked upon battles as a pleasure and the hardships of camp as a pastime. One would say she was an inspiration to him, an exceptional physical and emotional courage. Women today in the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America have rose to great heights and will continue to do so in the future. I personally thank all of you for allowing me to serve as your national president for the past 2 years. Hopefully more women will follow in my footsteps in important leadership roles. Lastly, congratulations to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum on this 33rd annual fundraising event. Very often there is so much going on at the museum that we tend to forget that it's a national landmark, an old building which needs constant upkeep that is expensive. The artifacts must be kept in pristine order, cataloged, updated, a job which is monumental in size, with the minimum amount of staff and money to assist in keeping everything in tip-top shape. It is all up to us to continue to support the efforts of our beloved Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. Thank you again for the many years of support you have given to me and for this honor today. Thank you.
And now, Nancy, to close out today's festivities and give you more honor, these beautiful flowers, because indeed you've really worked so hard for us. And we can't thank you enough, not only for the museum, but for all that you've done. But you're not going away.
No, I'm not going away.
As the National Immediate Past President, you're going to be serving the order, and I'm happy to say that you will be a member of the Sons of Italy Foundation.
Correct.
And so you'll be able to help us with all of our wonderful works in supporting the museum, because as our audience knows, the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum is owned by the Sons of Italy Foundation, and on a day-to-day basis is administered by the New York State Commission for the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. So overall, we have a wonderful combination of the National Sons of Italy as owners and the New York State Grand Lodge administering it. And really, it's people like Nancy, who became a state president and now a national president, who has had an integral role in supporting us. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our honoree, Nancy DiFiore Quinn.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The flowers are beautiful, and thank you again for this beautiful piece of crystal. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Well, today is a very proud day for us at the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, and I could not be more proud than to be here standing, not only as the CEO and Chair Emeritus of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, but also now as the Sons of Italy Foundation President, because Brother Naccarato has recently been elected to our board. Anthony Naccarato has had a stellar career, incredible as it has been, in business industry, in the maritime industry, and we could not be more proud of what he's done. But most of all, he is our immediate past state president, which means he's held a tremendous number of positions in the Grand Lodge of New York. And with regard to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, we could always count on him, whether it was as a commissioner, whether it was as an overseer, whether it has been as a state president, but mostly for his generosity. He and his lovely wife, Mary Naccarato, have been with us at all of our luncheons and festivities. So today it's most appropriate that we honor him and honor him in a special way. So we could not be more than happy to present this coveted, beautiful award. And honestly, Anthony, this only represents a small piece and a token of our appreciation for everything. So God bless you, and God bless Mary for everything that you've done. Our audience, how about a round of applause from your end? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's a great honor to receive this award today from you and from the museum. I appreciate it very much. Ladies and gentlemen, National President Robbie Bianchi, New York State President Michelle Ment, state and national officers, Museum Chairperson Carl Ciaccio, commissioners, and national overseers. It is my distinct pleasure to be here today to receive this remarkable award. I congratulate my fellow honorees for their hard work and devotion on behalf of this amazing museum. We thank you for giving your time and resources to the GMM, one of the most sacred symbols of our rich and enduring culture. It was my pleasure and honor to have served as national overseer for several years, and recently as president from 2019 to 2021 while I was New York State Grand Lodge president. Giuseppe Garibaldi dreamed of a united Italy who one day would take its proper place in the world. You would never know it from the news media, but Garibaldi's dream has indeed come true. Today, Italy has the 8th largest economy in the world and the 3rd in Europe. Italy is renowned for producing some of the most beautiful designer clothes, cars, furniture, and consumer items in the world. Antonio Meucci, who lived in this house, made one of the most important discoveries in the history of mankind, the technology for the telephone. But regrettably, even to this day, there are many that still refuse to give him the universal recognition he so richly deserves. This persistent lack of acceptance is still prevalent, even in 2002, U.S. Congress passed a resolution attesting to Meucci's substantial contribution to the invention of the telephone, among other significant inventions. Let us all follow the lead of Joseph Shami, Carl Ciaccio, the Capodanno Lodge, past and current commissioners, overseers, and generous volunteers who have dedicated countless hours for many years to maintain and revitalize this magnificent building. A great deal has been accomplished, and we extend our deepest gratitude to all of you for your leadership and remarkable work. My friends, as a proud Italian-American, I feel extremely privileged to have had the opportunity to have a small role in the preservation of this iconic building, which housed two of the greatest Italians who ever lived. My brothers and sisters and friends, this museum is a brilliant legacy that our ancestors bestowed on us. Preserving this museum is not only our duty, but our sacred trust that we must honor at any cost. This museum is indeed our museum. Every man, woman, and child of Italian heritage throughout the world owns a piece of it. Every minute and every cent that we donate to this building is a manifestation of the respect and gratitude that we have for our ancestors. Let's honor them by committing ourselves today, not only to the preservation of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, but its continued improvement, survival, and even more glorious future. I am confident that one day, not one Italian or Italian American who will come to New York will go without visiting our crown jewel on beautiful Staten Island. Thank you for this amazing honor, and may God always bless the remarkable building, and may God, He always look kindly upon us. Thank you very much.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce someone whom some of you know here on Staten Island, and many off the island might not know him, but we have Alfred Saulo. Alfred Saulo has become a real close friend to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. I don't know exactly what date it started, but once he became known to us and he realized that we had this project, the Tower of Venice, which was obviously put together by noted sculptor Giorgio Bortoli, Alfred came into our lives and has helped us from day one. He's done the design work on where the actual piece will be on the grounds of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. He has attended meetings in New York City with us, with the preservation associations that were required, and he has led us through with exactly where it is to be placed on the grounds. And so today we're honoring him in a very special way. And Alfred, you see all these wonderful awards here. I am delighted to present to you this very special token of our appreciation for what you've guided us with. You know it so well. You're an incredible man of integrity, and that means a lot to us at the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. And I know our audience wants to hear from you. And by the way, we didn't say it before, but the biographies that you're seeing on the journal that we have produced, the virtual journal that has been put together by Robert Graham, one of our OSDIA members, is incredible. So you're going to be able to read every single word about the famous architect Alfred Saulo. I also know about him from the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, and everybody speaks so highly of him. So ladies and gentlemen, our honoree, Alfred Saulo.
Thank you, Joe. I'm deeply honored, and thank you so much for this incredible honor. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Annual Garibaldi-Meucci Museum Gala, albeit in the comfort of your own living room or wherever you may be at the moment. My name is Alfred Saulo, as Joe just mentioned. I would like to thank the chair of the fundraiser committee, Fran Cicero, and in particular, Carl Ciaccio, president of the museum, and Mr. Joe Sciammi, of course, the museum's chairperson. Please accept my sincere and deepest gratitude as an honoree of this year's event. It is particularly fitting on the occasion of the 33rd annual fundraiser event at the start of this long-awaited construction and installation of the sculpture from Venice that I speak of a little bit about in this unique project. When Carl contacted me several years ago and discussed his vision of transforming a portion of the museum grounds into a new sculpture garden and asked if I'd be interested in helping him realize this vision to showcase the installation of the architectural sculpture, I knew at once, without hesitation, that I would be wanted to be part of this historical endeavor. On many levels, as an architect, as a first-generation immigrant from southern Calabria, and as an American of Italian descent, the idea of installing a permanent and unique work of art, a symbol that unifies two great cities, New York and Venice, I knew that this endeavor would be worthy of a labor of love. Located here in Rosebank on Staten Island, in the same neighborhood where thousands upon thousands of early immigrants, mostly from southern Italy, settled and established their new family roots here in New York, at the same place where the museum celebrates and honors two great citizens, two great figures of Italian-American history, Mr. Antonio Meucci and, of course, Giuseppe Garibaldi. This steel and glass sculpture, built by a prominent contemporary Venetian artist, Mr. Giorgio Bortoli, is called Venezia, New York, and was designed as a scaled version of two similar and familiar structures from each of the great cities. The shorter one, the world's most recognized tower in Venice, the Bell Tower of St. Mark's Square, still the tallest tower in Venice, and the taller New York MetLife Tower, which is the tall brother of the younger tower in Venice. The sculpture will stand approximately 10 meters tall and is a 10th scale size of St. Mark's Square's tower, and is half the size of the New York New York MetLife Tower. This sculpture will usher the beginning of a new era for the museum, where history, culture, and now art will be blended together. A place where residents, tourists, and visitors alike will be able to learn important Italian-American history, culture, and now art. The common elements that bind these two great countries and its citizens together. This illuminated architectural sculpture will be a beacon uniting Staten Island to New York, and by extension, New York to Venice. If you look closely, there are several symbols or elements of the tower, which include a clock, the silhouette of the Statue of Liberty, and 13 stars at the peak of the sculpture, which, when illuminated, symbolizes the original 13 colonies of the early American settlement. To be clear, our design studio may not have designed this magnificent sculpture, but we are an important ambassadors of this project and the museum, and we look forward to seeing this unique vision become a reality. It is our genuine hope that this permanent installation will attract many visitors to the museum from near, far, and for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Buongiorno a tutti, sono Giorgio Bortoli, scultore di Venezia. Sono qui nello splendido bacino di San Marco, alle mie spalle, il campanile di San Marco. E qui naturalmente ho messo questo pannello che vuole rappresentare il campanile che crolla con un vecchio pezzo recuperato in mare. E alcuni di questi pezzi del campanile sono collocati all'interno della torre di luce, che presto arriverà, che io non vedo l'ora che arrivi lì a New York al vostro museo. Quindi naturalmente in questo splendido scenario con la bandiera vostra degli Stati Uniti e quella italiana, quindi per gemellare questa amicizia, siamo su questo splendido posto dove vedete anche l'isola di San Giorgio, che comunque non è l'isola mia, naturalmente mi chiamo Giorgio, e quindi io non vedo l'ora di essere lì con voi e vi saluto con ciao ciao, bye bye.
Good afternoon. Once again, we have our fifth and final honoree, and this is a special award to a very special group that takes care of the outside and internal look in many ways. You see we're surrounded by flowers, but external to the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum, we have a beautiful contribution that comes to us all the time. And while all the honorees were great, this one honoree, the Richmond Ever-Green Garden Club of Staten Island, has done far more to help beautify us. Today, we're very, very honored to have one of the past presidents of the Garden Club, and that is Carol Berardi. Carol herself has been honored many times here on Staten Island, but today she's here to accept the award on behalf of all of us. So, Carol, I'd like to present this award to you for all of the hard work that the Garden Club has done for the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As a member of the Richmond Ever-Green Garden Club, I am very pleased to receive this award. Members always look forward to decorating the interior of the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum at Christmas and its exterior with fresh plantings during springtime. Just last month, we agreed to make wreaths for all the 4 seasons to be hung on the doors outside. We provide wreaths to graduates of Amethyst House, a drug rehab facility, when they move into their new apartments. We do plantings at St. Nicholas Chapel, Silvermount Cemetery, and Father Vincent R. Capodanno Chapel at Fort Wadsworth. We provide an educational program in gardening for Cub Scout Pack 24 and bring floral arrangements to residents of Brielle at Seaview Hospital, a senior living facility. We are most proud of our participation with other clubs in the district for the Healing Garden located on Richmond Road and Targee Street near SQ5 for the lives lost on September 11th.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a special treat, and to Carol Berardi for all that she's done, we have this beautiful presentation bouquet, and Carol, we can't thank you enough. So keep up the great work. Carol is one of our national overseers as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed the program and the entertainment. Ms. Lazaro was excellent. I enjoyed her Italian songs. Brought back many memories. I wanted to remind you that the silent auction has been extended to December 31st, so you have plenty of time to log on and bid and continue bidding until you get your favorite portrait. I want to wish you the best of health and safety, and I look forward to next year where we could meet in person and enjoy a social, interactive, live event at the Staten or wherever, but certainly looking forward to that. Take care, all.